We need to start releasing games when they're ready, and I feel modding games suck and gaming isn't fun. I don't need to keep up with the Kardashians. I'm not interested in the Kardashians. I'm not listening to the consumerism or the toxicity around this game and this who and this person didn't like it and this person was a bad person for this and this person. I don't care. Realistically, I'm playing the game because I like it. I'm not listening to your reviews that are just making me feel bad for playing a game that I like. I'm sorry, I'm not going to listen to that. Just play the game for you. Have no one else's voice in your head and play it.
Help me! Help me!
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, no more laughing, this is a very serious video. Hi mate, so I'm scaling it back a little bit. I want to do the OG sit down chatty videos on YouTube because I noticed that so many people are leaving YouTube, OG favorite YouTubers, and I feel like YouTube is missing that raw authenticity and people being brutally honest and sitting down and just having a one-to-one with the camera, no crazy edits, no ad every second, and just chatting and like being brutally honest. Now, I have noticed that people are saying how modding games suck and gaming isn't fun. Now, I'm a gamer, I love video games and I play all different types of games. However, I do sympathize with this statement a little bit. So yeah, basically what I hear is there are way too many games being produced and the quality of games slowly decreasing over time, and basically modern games are just getting worse and worse and worse. Now, when I say this, I'm going to say this with my utmost respect, and I'm aware I'm going to sound like my really strict, convicted RE Catholic school teacher when I say this, but I do think a lot of this is down to ourselves, self-discipline and consumerism. That sweet consumerism, and most of us are very guilty of both these things. One of the main things that we see is games being put out left, right and center. Every Tom, Dick and Harry is releasing a game. And an issue for me is these people that are releasing games don't have the same passion for games as they used to. A lot of games that were developed and produced years ago, the developers, the producers were people that were a huge fan of gaming and wanted to make something amazing. Right now, we just see people piling money into it because they know gaming is big, and that's a huge issue. And what is actually adding to this issue is the trailers where we see no actual gameplay. We then have the fake reviews. They buy reviews from different news outlets. They pay certain influencers to say things that aren't technically true or what they don't believe in, which could never be me, by the way. And this all adds a lot of fake hype around a game. So we're excited for a game. We're so riled. We've seen the trailers, we've seen the reviews, we've 100% put our faith in them, we've believed them, and then what we get these days is an incomplete game. Back in my day, yes, I said it, back in my day, we would have never have got a game with a day one patch. We need to start releasing games when they're ready, and I feel so sorry for the developers because what's happening is that they're pushed to meet deadlines because they want to meet sales. They don't want angry fans. They don't want angry followers. They want people to enjoy the game and the game to be out, but then we get in a game full of glitches. For instance, let's take Cyberpunk and also Lord of the Rings. They release a game and people can't play it until 1 year later and actually enjoy it. If they just waited and released Cyberpunk when the game was ready, we would have had a hype would have been just ready, just waiting. I personally was so excited for Cyberpunk. I picked it up and was ultimately disappointed straight away. I thought the start of it, the character customization was amazing, and then this has led me to lose my hype. So I have not picked up the game since because I was already hyped for that game, played it. It was awful, absolutely awful. Now people are saying that it's a really good game, they're really enjoying it, but it's like, for me, it's a few years too late. And don't get me wrong, I probably will try it because people are really pushing it on me right now. But again, that is the consumerism, us buying a game on day one, people wanting to make money, to make sales, and not really caring about the game in itself and what gaming is to the community. I also feel like there's a huge issue with copy and paste. Like a lot of games are copy and paste, and again, that That's down to consumerism. We like a game franchise, we're gonna buy it. For instance, Princess Peach, the new Princess Peach game. Even if the game was trash and then make a Princess Peach 4, 5, 6, I'm probably gonna buy it, even if it's a carbon copy, because I'm a big fan. I wanna see what this game is like. So I'm gonna carry on picking this game up, even though this game isn't changing, it's a copy and paste game. And that's on me. That's consumerism. I feel like that needs to stop, along with the dreaded microtransactions. And again, this isn't so much as the game, it's kind of how we're now playing games. So I'm not gonna lie to you, I do buy microtransactions in games. But I was thinking about this. In the day, there would never be of times where to get extra content, I would have had to buy the content, just buy the loot. I feel like I'm not getting as much satisfaction when I'm doing that, when I'm just buying the loot, buying the game, buying the skin. I kind of miss grinding for extra content. And don't get me wrong, I'm always happy to buy DLC. I'm always ecstatic to get new DLC in a game. They've worked so hard to put that out there and get some quality content in a game. But when it's like microtransactions and I wanna, I guess, have a new skin or do a new pull on Genshin Impact, and I have to like spend quite a few pounds to do it, it feels like I'm cheating. It doesn't feel like I'm playing the game as I used to. And again, something else is how we are playing the games. A lot of games now are online. We are no longer getting that playing a game, switching off, split screening with your friends, playing a storyline. We're now, everything's online, and either things online don't work. For instance, I was playing a game yesterday and I couldn't have certain access to features, which realistically shouldn't need me to use the internet unless I had internet. And this didn't work due to a glitch in the game. The game constantly says that I'm offline. I'm completely online, but due to that, as soon as I pick up the game, completely disappointed. And this takes me back to how we used to play as children. We used to play the game, we didn't go online, we didn't look at reviews, we just sat down and played the game with our friends and split screen. Not me, I didn't split screen at all, but I noticed that other people were split screen and I played on my own and I loved that. I wasn't clouded by like reviews, judgment, having to play what other people play. And again, this is a common issue that we've got. People aren't playing games that they actually like. People are like, oh, the game is trash. Well, you wouldn't be playing this game unless you haven't seen the rest of the world playing it. This is one thing that I've never ever sold into. I am not going to sit for hours and play a game on Twitch because the rest of the world is playing it. You should be playing a game because you like it, and you can't moan about modding games if you don't enjoy this type of game and you're picking it up because the rest of the world is playing it. And that's an issue because most people, I'm autistic, so I actually don't fit into this box, but they want to be in the room where it happens. They want to fit in, they want to be a part of the conversation, they want to see what the hype is about. When realistically, if you don't like MMOs, or why are you picking up an MMO and saying it's trash when you would never have played it, but you're only playing it because the rest of the world is playing it? Again, consumerism. This isn't a gaming fault, this is an us problem. And a lot of this, like, gaming isn't fun anymore, is a bit of an us problem. Don't get me wrong, the companies have a lot of blame with this too, but it's not a one-way thing either. And you have to think, do you really want this game? When you buy a game, it's £70, it's a lot of money. Do you really want it? You have to think to yourself, do I really want this game? Do I? Or do I want it because every Tom, Dick and Jesus has it? You have to play games because you like them, not because the rest of the world likes them, okay? Don't jump on the bandwagon. Another thing that I would argue is that people are obsessed with graphics. I have recently, okay, I found it. I recently picked up the Mio Mini, and it's like a portable retro gaming handheld with all the games on it. You can obviously put your own games on it. It can emulate most things. I don't have to go online to play this. I can play this off. I'm breaking it. I can play this offline. I have got access to so many games in my hand, so many retro games with a great storyline and simple ways to play, and games that people aren't talking about in my hands. And honestly, it's been so much fun being able to just sit and play games without logging in online, waiting for an update and just jumping into the game. I've also noticed about games is that we have now a quite quick, fast culture. We need to be able to save. Yes, back in the day, when we used to play games, we would play games for hours before saving. And if you died, That's it, you're going all the way back to the start. So if anything, games are seeming quite a lot easier, which I'm not the best at games, so that's like a big thing for me to say. And that's also not making us feel as fulfilled, I think. I feel way more fulfilled when I'm playing a game that I have to like kind of grind and enjoy, and I get really deep into the storyline. I just want to talk about Red Dead Redemption. I have recently started Red Dead Redemption. A subscriber was forcing me to play it, a follower, and I was like, do I, don't I, do I, don't I. I've been playing it, and honestly, it is so fun. The storyline is amazing, and this game came out years ago. It's not about graphics, and I feel like these days people are so invested in graphics, which means that's what they're going to concentrate on. They're no longer going to concentrate on the storyline anymore. They're going to concentrate on the graphics. What's the next big thing? When if we reel it back a little bit, we just want simple, we just want a nice story with great mechanics. It runs really well, and something to keep us completely immersed. And don't get me wrong, there are so many games like that. And what I've noticed is, and I challenge you to do this too, I'm going to leave you with this thought. I challenge you, if you're not obsessed with online games, to pick up one of your games you can play offline, and you can play in story mode and have a big story, and turn off your internet, turn off your phone if you can, put your phone on do not disturb, turn off your emails. Don't go and look at reviews before you play it. Your opinion is the only one that matters right now. Play the game, switch your mind off, and get completely immersed in the game. I promise you, you will have so much of a better gaming experience just being in your own head, in your own space. And that's what I did. When I play a game on Twitch, I can't always fully get into the game in my head. I'm like really trying to entertain my followers at the same time. But when I sat back and played a game by myself, no distractions, no looking at reviews, having my own opinion, not listening to the consumerism or the toxicity around this game and this who and this person didn't like it and this person was a bad person for this and this person, I don't care. Like, realistically, I'm playing the game because I like it. I'm not listening to your reviews that are just making me feel bad for playing a game that I like. I'm sorry, I'm not going to listen to that. Just play the game for you and have no one else's mind in your head. Have no one else's voice in your head and play it, and see what much of a better time that you have. Or even pull it back, go pick up an indie game that you've never played before, read the description yourself, have a look at the trailer if you must, and get stuck in. And I guarantee you'll have so much more of a better gaming experience. Also mindfully think of, do I want this game? Do I want this game? Do I have time to play this game? Is my backlog too big? Or is this gonna go straight to the top of my list? Because sometimes we buy games, then we don't play them for years and years and years and years. And then it's just like, I could have waited to buy this, and now I'm forgetting to play it. I feel like we should reel it back a little bit. And I know it's coming from someone that gets game codes, but even me, I've stopped applying for game codes that I know that I'm not gonna have time to play. I don't need to keep up with the Kardashians. I'm not interested in the Kardashians. I'm gonna play a game for me, and if I like it, or if a brand wants me to review the game, I'm gonna give my honest opinion. Okay, what do you guys think about modern gaming as it is today? I want to start a big open discussion in the comments. I feel like with YouTube we are losing some of the authenticity and big conversation, so please let's reel it back and have the big argument in our thing. Tell me if I'm wrong, tell me if you hate me. My skin is very thick, trust me, my tattoo is sad, and let me know if you agree or disagree. On that note, let's have a cyber hug and follow me on socials, all of them now. Lovely.